out today tackling some twisty roads, and I thought I might as well wrap up the Fall Moto-Camping Adventure series and talk about some of the things that I've learned. I think it's just a lot of what I learned was reinforcement of the things that I've learned before on my adventures. But I keep telling people this, adventures will change you. And I think from now on, I'm going to just start at the end of every adventure, I'm just going to kind of think about what I've learned. And it's because I did think of a few more things that I picked up this trip. And not just that, going back and look at my trips, which is why I always tell people you need to pull out your camera. But more on that soon. I'm going to wrap this series up, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff lined up for the first of the year, and I'll be talking about that soon. But today, I'm just going for a ride. Come along, won't you? Woohoo! I'm out riding the river today. Some fantastic river roads around here. We're out where I live, and it's good spots to take an hour or so, just a quick ride when you have some time and you don't have all day, which is today. But I did want to summarize my recent fall motorcycle camping adventure out to Oklahoma, Texas, the big circle I did. And I want to talk about a few of the things that I've learned. Probably most of the things I knew before, but this trip just kind of cemented those ideas in my head. But I do want to talk about a few of the things that are kind of brand new to me, that I didn't realize until this trip, or until I started getting near the end of my editing of all the trip and the journey, and started thinking about, okay, what have I learned here? That's kind of one of the things that I want to do now when I take these trips is, what did I learn? What did I pick up? What can I share with others? One of the things I realized a while back, anybody that lives in, on, or around a vehicle are typically a lot more interesting than regular people. And I knew this. I've known that since 2015. I started running into these people that abandoned their American dream, that lifestyle of 2.5 kids, 2 cars, mortgage, big screen TVs, all that crap. They gave that stuff up. And just that simple fact right there probably makes them more interesting than everybody else. Probably makes them more interesting than a lot of people that are watching this video. And I don't want to make that sound like an insult, because I was there up until I think probably 2013. I've lived most of my life is get more stuff, get a bigger house, get nicer cars, nicer stuff. You got to participate in the economy to be happy. And I started realizing a few years back that it wasn't really making me happy. So I started slowing it down a little bit. But then I started seeing people that seem to be really enjoying life with very little. The people that I have met recently living on motorcycles are some of the most fascinating people I've met. They've got real stories to tell. And that just kind of cemented this last journey, meeting more people, sticking a camera in some faces. Just made it more apparent to me that I need to meet more of these people. I need to hang out with more of these people and talk to them and stick a camera in their face, see what I can learn from them, see what I can share that they know with you too.
If he were to punch you in the face, you would have to fight off the strong urge to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer.
We can all learn something of value from these people, even if that's not something that's a goal. It's a big goal of mine to be able to do it. I'm not sure exactly how long I want to do it, but I do want to travel. I do want to be more free. I want to experience more, and I think the motorcycle is probably the way to do it. It presents a lot of challenges, but you know, and I think I've got a lot to learn from these people, especially the people that have been doing it a while. I think it's really interesting to talk to the people that are just now starting out. They've been doing it for a short time. the things that they're learning are much fresher in their mind, and they're still learning. You know, they're still open to new ideas. So I think those people are some of the most interesting that I'll probably run into. You know, that and the guys that have been doing it for years. But yeah, that's one of my goals. That's what I realized. From this trip, I want to find more of those people. You know, interviewed 3 people this trip, and I could have gotten more. But yeah, so that's coming up. We all have something that we can learn from these folks. So I'm going to make that a priority. Another thing that I learned: stealth camping east of the Rockies. And I knew this before, and I've shared it with people. Stealth camping east of the Rockies is hard. It's a lot harder than Rockies and West, because there's so much more public land. There's so much more opportunity to find some place it's not a campground, but it's public land. You don't have to worry about getting shot. You don't have to worry about some kind of confrontation. Yeah, it's harder. I've known that since I've started traveling out west, and how easy it is to find a spot to camp out west, because public land is everywhere. Depending on where you are, you know, you stay away from the cities, you get public land. But that's not the case. It's not the case back east. You cross the Rockies and start heading east. The most profound thing I've ever seen is Texas. You come out of New Mexico into Texas, you cross the border into Texas, and it's just fence all the way along the road. And it's hard. It's hard to find a spot, you know, unless you want to camp in a ditch. I think I've heard somebody tell me that they did that once. But yeah, so with that, I want to step up my game. I want to step up my stealth camping game for that reason alone. And I want to find those limits. I want to find where my holes in my technique are. And I've still got a lot of holes. But you know, the more I do it, the more challenge I put to myself, the better I become at it. And that's what I would challenge all you guys to do too, is, you know, step outside your comfort zone. And that's probably one of the recurring things that I've learned this trip, is stepping outside of my comfort zone. There's one of the big things that I realized from a lot of the comments that I've received off of this trip, off the videos that I posted. A lot of the comments, I realized that I need to listen to my audience more. I need to figure out what people are interested in, and for a couple of reasons. Because number one, I'm kind of stagnant. I'm just like most people, I do the same things over and over. Here's how I do things. Here's the videos that I like to make, and it's taken me years to get out of that rut of the 3-minute video riding down the road, and, you know, throwing music on top of it, and that's it. Still took a little bit of effort, but nothing creative about that. There's nothing new and unique and interesting about that. So coming out of that rut has taken me years. Sticking a camera in my face, sticking a camera in other people's faces, but not just that, the ideas, the things that people respond to. I'm going to start listening more to my audience, listening more to the comments that people make, and taking the challenges that people create for me. Taking the challenges that people create for me and creating challenges for my audience. All this is kind of rolled into one big revelation as far as I'm concerned. I need to listen to you guys and follow the directions, at least the things that I'm interested in. You know, there's things that make me uncomfortable. There's things that I don't want to do because of, you know, discomfort, or maybe there's no appeal, but you know, it's some of those things are amazing. You figure out after the fact, it's like, man, I'm really glad I did that, even though I was afraid. You know, it's like roller coasters. When I was a kid, I didn't want to get on those roller coasters, but then I found out how awesome they are. And I'm like, why did I waste all those trips to Six Flags and the amusement park, and I didn't get on those awesome rides because I was scared, I was uncomfortable? So yeah, I'm going to start taking more challenges, and I'm going to start issuing challenges to my audience, that may be the most comfortable thing that I'm going to do to you guys, is ask you guys to step outside of your comfort zone. And I've got one of those challenges coming up here shortly. Hopefully Not everybody freaks out about this. Hopefully I get some participation. Hopefully I get some people accepting my challenge. But also I've got an event coming up that's along these lines. I have an event coming up. I'm traveling to Central Florida, second week in January, to an event on the 13th, just above Tampa. It's a hammock festival, and people have yucked it up and go, oh yeah, hammock festival. Yeah, that doesn't sound appealing, but the thing that interests me, number one, it's an excuse to get on my bike and ride somewhere, maybe camp for a week, take my time getting down there. I've got at least one person riding with me so far. We're gonna have a good time going down there and coming back. I know that. Even if it's rainy and cold, may be uncomfortable, but that may be part of the journey. That discomfort may be part of the reason that things like that compel me. I'm always looking for an excuse to go ride my motorcycle somewhere, especially if it's something that I can learn from. And I can totally learn from people with other experiences with hammocks. Hell, I'm learning all the time. I just got a new hammock. I want to learn how to make that better. I haven't had that hammock on the ground yet. What do I need to know about that hammock being on the ground that would make it better? I don't know. But I'm gonna find out. So, big challenge coming to you guys shortly. I'm gonna be looking to accept more challenges from you guys. The one thing I keep telling everybody is we're all running out of time, and you need to get out there and get on it. Get on it before you're out of time, before they lock you up into the old folks home and you can't escape. They're gonna take away your motorcycle. If you live long enough, I hope you do, but if you live long enough, they're gonna take your motorcycle away. They're gonna say, Grandpa, you're 106. You don't need to be riding that motorcycle anymore. And I'm not so sure I would disagree with them. But we're running out of time, so go get on it. If you live long enough, they're gonna eventually take away your motorcycle. So think about that one.
去骑摩托车吧！啊！
五个台湾人，平均年龄81岁。